First time they're going to retire. Most of the generations migrated from India or from other parts of Asia. Um, the highest population is planning to retire in the next 20-25 years from now. Okay, so we need to plan well. Otherwise, it will be a big mess when we come into that age of 60s, mid 60s, mid 65s. All right. So saying that. mm, I think, yeah, people are joining. That's good to know. Yeah, so we'll go into presentation right away. Um, so this is the this is how it we have. We can have any questions. You can feel free to do a Q&A. We have from Anji, Ravik, or Vishwa. They'll try to answer those questions. If anything remaining, we will also take up at the end of the session. All right. So saying that, we'll jump into the topic. So Anji, Vishwa, do you want to speak any warm welcome to the team? Just few words. Anji?
Yes, Ravi. Thanks to the participants. So this is a great evening to learn about the this plan. Annuities plan. So yeah, Ravi. This is a really good session. So don't miss the session. This kind of sessions.
Cool. Yeah. Vishwa, do you want to add something? We can't hear you.
Muted.
Uh, did she mute? No, she unmuted actually. Yeah. Yeah, okay, no problem. I think she has some voice issues. Um, yeah, you can figure it out. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So Ravik, I think I know you are on audio for now. Yeah. I know you're busy. Thanks for joining this session. You want to say a few things quickly, if you can, okay? All right. All right, okay. So let's jump into the topic. Yeah. So let's coming to the agenda. This is the webinar going to be a very productive webinar for everyone. Please stay tuned to the webinar because a lot of interesting things will be happening. We want to show a lot of content. We will make it very simple one because it's very easy to understand the content. Okay. Just follow what we are speaking here, and we can catch up as we move along. Okay. So I'm sharing my screen in a bit. I hope you are seeing my screen. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, we are able to see.
Okay, good. Yeah. So here, if you look at here, um, today's topic, we are going to speak about exploring fixed index annuities, right? This is the agendas for today. So what is fixed index annuities? Okay. For example, if you look at here, well, let's talk about the problem statement before going to deep dive into fixed index annuities. So what are the common things everyone, every family, every common people will face? What is it worried about normally, right? So do you think one of these one will worried about something? Everyone, maybe uh, outlive outliving my money. What happened if I don't have money, enough money in the retirement? What if I completely lost, what are the savings I have in the retirement? This is one of the common issues most of the will face. And so another one is what happened? Do I able to maintain the same lifestyle what I have today in retirement age? So do you have enough funds for that one? Okay. And what is the flexibility of my money? Do I able to liquid out my money? Because compared to assets, um, the cash is always good, right? Yeah. What about protecting my premium? So many people are struggling, losing money in the market, right? How to protect the premium? Okay, we are going to help the people. Most of the worries, what are the common worries about protecting premiums, right? And some people have the concerns about what if my social security may not be available. Okay, maybe because government law changes, maybe SSA may not have enough thing in the funds. They are not able to distribute during the retirement time. Some people may have worries about nursing home because they might have a long-term care. They don't have any life insurance in place because of some other medical conditions. So how can they able to use this particular strategy, the fixed index annuity for nursing home care? So what do you think? So if you can able to think, what you can think, you're able to. Uh, which are the most ones? I'm going to put a poll here. You can, if you have, you can also you can answer if you have what are the more worries about things you have here. Okay. All right. So now, yeah, looks like most of the people has more concerns. See, everyone has a common problem I see here is maintaining the current lifestyle, outliving my money. That is one of the common concern I see here, because which is very important thing to know. What happened? What if I outlive my money? How do we solve this problem? Okay, that's good. The poll is coming very good. People are participating. So now let's understand here. So which are the benefits that you're really interested in, right? People who are participating in this session, or maybe anyone, what are the benefits that you are particularly here? What problem you are solving here? Are you looking to income for life? I know in the previous one we saw about problems. Now to understand which are the benefit you're really interested in, right? Like, hey, I want something called a guaranteed lifetime income, guaranteed rate of return. Okay, I want something like a 3 to 2% for the rate of return guaranteed for the rest of my life. Or what are the benefit you are looking at? Protecting your premium is one of the good benefit as well. And some people have concerns about tax deferral. They don't want to pay taxes now. They want to defer taxes during retirement because of less income. Okay. So there are so many things in place there. So everyone has their own kind of benefits. Which are the benefits are you interested in? So we are the same strategy, the fixed index annuity is trying to solve all these we're able to solve all these benefits, one or more benefits in this product. Okay, so that looks good. So let's understand what are the team's pulse about what are the real benefits that really the people are looking. Let's look at the small poll on that one. Okay, so now go back to the small poll on this one. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Yeah. So which are the benefits you're really interested in? So we have a life for income for the life, protecting premium. We can also choose one or more if you like. Maybe this poll has one or more. So what are the real benefits that you're really looking here? You can take a poll on that one. Okay. So let's go back here. What is exactly fixed annuity here? Fixed indexed annuity. We call fixed annuity is different than fixed indexed annuity. Okay. So today we are focusing only on fixed indexed annuity. In the short form is a FIA. Okay. So what is the fixed indexed annuity? It is a very simple concept. It is a contract between the insurance company and the person who is taking the contract. Okay. So if you look at here, very simple, right? So it is a contract between insurance generally that offers guarantees and not losing value during downturns. Very simple, right? So it's very simple concept. This is a contract between you and that company, right? For example, when you're renting a home, there is a contract between you and that uh, landlord or maybe that owner of the house. So similarly, it is a contract between you and this company. Hey, I'm giving a $250,000 to you, and the company in return they're giving guarantee to your principal, not losing money, and it's a contract. What are the terms and conditions? So, and how your money grows, it depends on how the market, your money will link it to underlying market index. Okay, that means without compromising on the growth, because this is the product itself, the index annuity. So your money will be linked to index, and the growth will be according to the index growth, right? This is a simple concept, right? Everyone is very easy to know. So how does it work, right? So when I say how the money works in the back end of the company, when you give money to them, the company, it works in two ways. First thing is you are not losing your principal. The companies will guarantee you in a contract document, you are not losing your principal. How does it work? When the market is going up, this is the dark green line is think about like S&P market, and this is the fixed index annuity strategy. When the market is going up here, then you get a portion of that profits what you make here. Okay, very simple. When the market is market is going below zero, you are not losing anything what you make so far. You have a 0% float, right? That means you're protecting a premium here. You're not losing below that. Right? So we'll talk about the strategies a little bit for. So let's deep dive into various benefits, right? Some people, they want to defer they use this product for tax deferrals because if they have enough money in the bank account, if they use it for a stock, they buy a stocks, they sell their stocks, and they have to pay the capital gains. It's a huge tax bracket will go in a wide range in the huge brackets in that process. So some of the people they want to use this product fixed index annuity so that they can defer taxes. They only pay taxes at the time of withdrawal. So they defer until like a 7-8 years, maybe up to 10 years. After 10 years, when they have a low income bracket, they start withdrawing this money so that they can save something on the tax, right? So tax deferred value less taxes is one of the good benefit, right? Now, so some people have another benefit. If you have a concerns about unplanned expenses, for example, if you compare something like some people, one of the client he has a home. I know the rent is coming from the home, but he wants more cash. What is the rent is coming because of some unexpected expenses, something like a nursing home care. He cannot sell home immediately, right? So unless he has the cash. So when they have enough cash, when they use this bucket, this strategy here, definitely they can withdraw money when they need it most, right? When they need it more. For example, they want some unplanned expense, something called housing home care. So that's where some people can benefit out of this, right? What are the other benefits we have? Some people have enough. Some people have enough money. Okay, they have very good money. They don't want to use this one for themselves because they have enough sources of income, survival for the retirement. So they want to leave this one for a next generation. So they can also use this bucket, this strategy. They can also put money in this concept, in this company, and then leave it forever, and they can transfer to the beneficiary after they pass away. Typically, anyone who is making money or earning some money, typically, these are the following most popular with, right? So everyone has one or more of these ones, right? Do you agree, everyone, right? Savings account, everyone should have some saving account, money market, CDs, maybe not this one, everyone, maybe not this one, everyone, question mark. Maybe not everyone, this one, most common, they have this one. But yeah, fixed index, they have very common people in other demographics. So let's understand if you in your portfolio, if you have all these various financial products, if you put them aside one by one, what is the risk spectrum? If you go one by one, where is the risk factor has less risk and which has a more risk, right? So if you look at like the spectrum here, this is how it looks. See here, the lowest risk comes from cash and the highest risk goes to stocks, right? This is how it looks. So if you look at here cash and then bonds and money markets or the CDs, fixed annuities, and see, the one we are today's topic, fixed index annuity, this was stay exactly at the below the risk line. Okay, so this is the last point. Anything beyond this one has a risk. Okay, your principal protection is not guaranteed. So this is exactly the border point where fixed index annuities will protect your premium without compromising on the growth. Okay, so So this is the best, one of the best strategy everyone should have in their portfolio. Okay, most of the clients, what we helped so far, this is they really like this product and they already implemented in their strategy in their portfolio. So yeah, I'm not saying these are bad here. These are also good. I'm not saying they're bad. It's all about diversification. How much portfolio that you can diversify here. Okay, it's part of diversification. All right. So now let's go back to the if you compare. Let's compare the features. Okay, if you compare the features here, how does it look? Right. If you look at here, the features here. If you look at we have come if you take all the financial products here, if you look at what are the various features here, so the fixed index annuity really stands with all green ticks comparatively with other ones. Okay, see, how does it look? See, right? So this has all green ticks. It has a safety net for premiums. It has a tax deferrals, and it has guaranteed lifetime income bucket, and it has growth potential, right? If you look at somewhere, compare with something else, for example, a stock mutual funds, there is no principal guarantee here, and tax is not deferral. We have to pay taxes and capital gains immediately, and there is nothing like a guaranteed lifetime income. But you may get some growth potential because sometimes the markets go better and you can make some money. But how much risk we can put for other features here? Okay, that's how this really gives a good balance. All right. So let's jump into the topic. Let's go to the real numbers. How when you let's take example. What are the different strategies? What are the two popular strategies that we can use it in the annuity world? Let's go there. Okay, I'm going to present some slides here, the PPTs. Do you guys see my screen? Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about the real strategy scenario here. The most of the people, if you look at the three problem statements here, these are the three problem statements. Most of the common people will commonly have it here. Okay. So, for example, most of the people have the previous 401k, and they're planning to either they can keep it in they roll out to IRA, or they combine with the old 401k, the existing 401k. There's so many things they'll do. Okay, but lately they realize that there is some market volatility risk. This is one of the common problem we see when we speak with the clients. And the other thing is some of the clients, they might have some of the business owners, some of the business owners, they have so they have some cash sitting in the bank, and they want to grow better without compromising on the principal. Okay, even for those people, this is one of the problem statement we are solving here. So for all what are the common scenarios we are seeing here? For all these problem statements, what we can say is the fixed index annuity is the solution. Okay, let's go to how the numbers looks here. For example, typically there are two different strategy we apply here. One is the growth strategy in the fixed index, in the index annuity world. The growth means, for example, when you, and the second one is the income focused strategy. So what is growth? Growth means when someone not ready for retirement right away, they have enough time, like at least 10 years, 15 years, more than at least 10 years, 7 to 10 years. They're not, they have enough time to retire. So for those people, the growth focused annuity is a better one, because these buckets will grow better returns. Okay, they have better returns because you have enough time, you have time horizon to grow your money, so that the strategy, how the money works behind the screen, they put little aggressive, and you get a better returns out of the growth strategy. Okay. For people who are close to retirement, or maybe 5 years, 4 years close to retirement, we recommend to go on an income bucket, because this plays very conservatively here, and then you can have once you go into income bucket, then you have a guaranteed income for the life. Okay, how does that look? Right. For now, just remember the two strategies: one growth focused and income focused. Depends on that the retirement time, they can choose which bucket to go. So, for example, if any person who is the age of 40 years, they have 100,000 in their previous 401k, or maybe somewhere other sources of the account. If they roll over, if they move that bucket, if they move that money to the annuity here, so based on the previous last 10 years history, the average rate of return we saw is 13%. So if we continue to stay the same way for next 10 years, this 100,000 will become 688K at age of 55. Okay, so it has ROI of 13. At age of 60, it will go to 980. Okay, and keep going like this. Okay, this is a growth strategy. So yeah, this person wants to move at age of 55 to the income bucket, right? How does it work? So when this person move at age of 55 to income bucket, the 688K, the 68K will come to the income bucket strategy. So then the company will add some bonus here, some bonuses here, benefit based, that like a 30%. Sometimes they'll give 30% additional money to this one, or sometimes they'll give 25%. Depends on the market situation at that time. So in this bucket, the rate of return and average you might see like a 6%. This bucket 688 become 6% growth until 65. And we can able to withdraw 115,000 guaranteed lifetime income for the rest of the life. Doesn't matter how long this person live. Okay, they won't outlive the money. So this strategy is called guaranteed lifetime payouts. The companies will pay out for lifetime without even though if you live longer, more than 95 years. Okay, doesn't matter even if funds are exhausted, the company will still continue to pay, because that is the contract guarantee. Right? There are two strategies. Okay, now how does it look here? So for example, this is the illustration. This is the illustration we have here. So if you look at here, the lowest is 13%, what we see from the last 20 years period here, last 20 years period. And the highest what we saw here is 20% here, 20% growth. See, we are not losing any principal. And not only principal, every year, what are the gains you are making, returns, every year, the new profit will be adding to your principal. Then it will become a new principal. Okay, every year their new principal will be getting locked. You are not losing anything. Even the market is going down because of the index linked. You are not losing your account. Your account never go backward. Your account either stay there or it will go forward. Okay. So this is one of the illustration we saw for the income bucket. So if you look at here, the lowest is 4.93, the highest we saw is 7.94 in the returns. So which is very decent growth, very nice growth in the retirement age, because it's important to preserve what we have, what we made so far, because we accumulated very hard-earned money from last 2 or 3 decades. It's very important to preserve what we make in mid 40s to mid 60s. Okay, because then if you preserve well, then you're able to distribute well in time of 65 to 95. So what are the indexed annuity mechanics? What are the various funds we can get from sources, right? So we can also get the funds from World 401k and SEP IRA. You can also get from Roth IRA, liquid cash. Okay, so many things. Taxes are very simple. The tax rules are applied, same thing, where money is coming from. If the money is coming from the Roth IRA, there is no taxes. Doesn't matter how much it grow. If the money is coming from 401k or IRAs, because our 401k IRAs are tax deferred, then you need to all the withdrawals are taxable. All right. In case of cash, in case of cash, when you are moving cash to the index annuity, you need to end up paying taxes only on gains, not on principal, because the principal is already tax paid before. All right. Do you see any questions of Vishwa? Think. So let's focus on something else now. Yeah, let's go to a little bit illustration. I already pulled have one illustration here. For example, let's look at this is the one of the company. This is the one of the popular company we work with very commonly. So this is a product name is Secure Horizon. This is the fixed index annuity. We call this the fixed index annuity product. Let's look at what happened. So here, let's look at here, right? What happened here? What is the contract guarantee here? What is guaranteed here? So the guaranteed annuity contract values. So if you put 100,000 on the age of 40, for example, your market is going, you're not getting any returns from next 10 years. This is not possible, but in case it happened. Okay. What happened to your 401k normally? If your S&P is not returning anything in next 10 years, normally your 100,000 will become 20,000 because of negative impact of negative compounding, right? So the same 100,000 when you with this contract, what will happen? After 10 years, you still have 117k without losing a single dollar. Okay, right? This is called principal protection and not losing money, right? Think about if your market is returning, the index is returning 12% from the 12% return, the 100,000 from age of 40 after 10 years, age of 50, you have a 324k in your bucket, right? At age of 65, at age of retirement, if you're not touching this money until 65, at age of 65, see the compounding effect is very effective here. Your 100,000 become 1.7 million here, 1.7 million, right? Do you see the bigger value here? When you leave money in the compounding is heavily affecting here, applying here, right? So now what happened here, for example, let's see another example here. So if you apply the most recent period, let's say most recent last 10 years from 2013 to 2023, when we apply the same returns to our 100,000, assume that the same returns will get for the next 10 years, but 100,000 will become at age of 65. At age of 65 is 1.7 million, right? Do you see this a good value bucket? That's why people are really like this kind of buckets here. It's a good strategy to put in your portfolio. So what are the various indexes, right? Let's look at the indexes. When I speak, the money is tied to the index. What are the various indexes available? Okay, if you look at here, so these are the various indexes available here. For example, one of the indexes, I'll say popular one, for example, S&P Prism Index. Okay, so here, how does it work? Let's say if you look at the returns, the most recent returns, highest, lowest, this index returns almost 12 point from highest to 16 to lowest to 11%. The 100,000 we can split among all these ladder studies here. 25% of portion here, 25% of money here will go here, 25% more money here. This is called diversification of 100,000K across various indexes here. What are the index return? The money will return that way. For example, we don't normally choose strategy charge. We have to go for strategy. We can go with no strategy charge. Okay, because this will save some money here. For example, let's say here S&P index, S&P Prism index. If you're putting here, for example, $10,000, and after 1 year the index returns 10% return, you have 150% participation rate. That means you get a 15% interest will created for this 10,000, right? So if you look at the trends here, If you look at all the trends, how does it look? The S&P Prism Index, for example, here, these are the 11% to 15%, right? These are very good returns, right? And without compromising on a principle. And not only principle, every year, the previous year returns also will lock it with the new principle, which is a great thing. All right. So let's see here. If you look at the most recent here, the annual point to point here, this is one of the crediting strategy. If you choose annually create the interest, the strategy, if you choose this index, where money will be adding the interest, what are the gains every 1 year? If you look at here this year, 1 year strategy, look at this one with no charge. 185% they are giving participation rate. The index is written 10%, you are getting 18.5% interest credited to your account. They are very good rate. That's why you see a good value out of it. If you have more 2 years point to point, then you have the returns even better. Okay, see here. For example, 18%, 20%. So this is the diversification also here. All right. So now let's go by the Q&As. What are the common Q&As that people will ask normally? We can.
Yes, Ravi. I have some questions.
Sure.
Are there any charges for withdrawing the funds early?
Yeah, good question. I think withdrawing, because when I say withdrawing within the contract, when you're within the contract, yes, there is some charges, because this is, for example, when you're renting a home, we are within the contract. When you are exiting that contract before the expiration, then we need to have some penalty, right? Yeah, there is some charges also here. For example, here, this is the surrender charges. If you withdraw, if you cancel the contract within the contract period, there is some contract charges every year. Every year it will reduce like this. But until 7%, you can withdraw without any penalty, without any issue. There is a free, you can this cash available without any issue, without any penalty.
Okay, thank you. So how long should I plan to keep my money in an fixed indexed annuities?
Yeah, so depends. It's all this fixed index annuities is the retirement strategy. So normally the funds will not touch, at least if you don't want to touch funds at least next 7 years. You want to save it for retirement. If you're at mid-40s, you want to save it for retirement at mid-55s or mid-60s. Then yeah, this is the good bucket. But if you want to do it immediately, there is even separate solutions available for that. You can do it for that. It all depends on time horizon. How much more weight, you get a more better output.
Okay.
Ravi, if you take the 401k plan, suppose if you withdraw the amount 59.5 before, we have the penalties and we have the tax also. Does it apply the same here?
Yeah, that's very great question. Very common. I mean, we need to understand that yes, the tax rules apply the same tax rules apply where money is coming from. So if you're moving your old 401k money, for example, 100,000, and you are within the contract in the annuity contract, and you are withdrawing money within the annuity contract, and you need to pay 401k even penalty because you are breaking the 401k rules. Yes.
Yes. And in the Roth IRA, we have the limit, right? Do you have the same limit here, or it's there is no limit, right? So in index annuity.
Yeah, index annuity, there is no limit here. You can roll over one of the 401k funds, or you can have a liquid cash sitting in your bank account. There is no limits here. Unless you have like a 5 million, 6 million, there is some special approvals required. But
Okay.
yeah, but this way there's no limits, like unlike in a Roth IRA or maybe 401k. Yes. Right.
Okay. And Ravi, can you go back to the slide? I think the index annuity and can you go back a little bit up? Yeah, here. Okay. Here, if you see here, right? At age 65, so every year we are getting 115k from that amount, I think the premium, the total amount you can get, I think 1K per up to age 95. Suppose if the breadwinner has expired after 60, 70, okay? 70.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
the wife will survive up to 95,
Right.
right?
So
So
yeah.
does she get the same amount or only the breadwinner will get it?
Right. Yeah. Great question. I think it's very important to understand. So when you're doing distribution here, 115,000, when you split between both spouses, spouse one, spouse two,
Mhm.
the 115 will split into two buckets. Let's say, for example, like a 80K, like a 50K, 50K, right? For 50,000, 50,000.
Mhm.
So when one spouse died, the second spouse will get longer survival spouse, the income payouts.
Got
The second spouse will still continue to get that. That's why this is
the 50% will get, right?
for the day one it will split. On the day one, when you go for a income payout for a couple, for the both couples, okay, 115 will be split evenly for both of them.
Okay. Suppose if you have more than amount, suppose from the 70 to 95, 25 years are there, right? The 25 into 50, suppose, right? 25 into 50, much like around
Right. Okay. Right. So it's very simple here. So the distribution will be if the both are taking a annuitants, both spouses, the second longest spouse will still continue to get until they survive. Okay. So what happened? Another question might come here is if we have only one annuitant, like a one primary spouse, and if he's rolling over all his money to and he's even though all his funds are exhausted and he still survive, even the survival still happen, the given company will pay out the payout. But if the person is passed out, there is no leftover money from his original bucket. So if that is the case, there is nothing to pay for beneficiary. But in case is anything left over from his own bucket, then the remaining will go to beneficiary. Right. Okay. So I think that's a great questions coming from the participants. That's good. One more thing is so we talked about this one, and this is if you want to get in touch, this you can always come and you can take a screenshot of this one. You can also scan calendar link. We are all here to help you. Normally we go by scheduling because that really helps both of us, everyone here. So I think everyone, let's plan for a good. Let's plan for this. The holiday seasons are coming, Christmas time, and this is the best time to spend some time and fix your finances because in the financial world, the early is always best because it's all about the money is always about the time. Better compound you get with more time. If you don't have enough time before you need money, then you don't make much wealth because we are here to create wealth for families. We know the strategies how to build wealth. So take time, take holidays. This is the perfect time to schedule your time, fix your finances. All right, this is the end of the webinar. I appreciate who attended this meeting. I hope this brings value. There is a survey comes after this meeting. Please feel free to take the survey, and then we can also give some feedback and also get some suggestions. What are the things you need to in the future webinars you want to be looked? We're planning to do everything, all these webinars every week, once a week, at least for solution wise. All right. Have a nice evening, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Ravi.